The rules for grouping rests in 6/8 time are very similar to those for grouping rests in simple time. Rule number 1, complete partial beats. As in simple time, each incomplete beat must be completed before the next beat, and each part of the beat must be finished before the next part. So for the first dotted quarter note beat, a 16th rest and an 8th rest will need to be added. And for the second beat, we'll need to add an 8th rest. Rule number 2, do not join pulses 2 and 3. When adding pulses to complete the compound beat in 6/8 time, the first 2 pulses may be combined into one rest. But 2 separate rests must be used for the second and third pulses. Rule number 3, always use a dotted rest for a complete compound beat. This is the only time you are allowed to use a dotted rest. And rule number 4, always use a whole rest for a complete measure of silence. When completing measures in 6/8 time with rests, follow these steps. Begin by writing the beats above as groups of 3 eighth note pulses. Next, complete the partial beats with rests. The first beat needs a 16th rest to finish the group. In the next bar, we need to add the first 2 eighth note pulses, which can be joined into a quarter rest. In the second group, we'll need to use 2 separate eighth note rests because we can't join the second and third pulses. Lastly, we'll add full beat rests. Remember, in 6/8 time, we use the dotted quarter for a complete beat. The last bar is empty, and so we'll add a whole rest. Here's one for you to try. Remember, the first step is to write the groups of 3 eighth note pulses above. Next, we'll add the rest to finish the partial beats. What will you add to complete the first beat of measure 2? We'll need to add 2 eighth rests, remembering that we can't join the second and third pulses. And to complete the second beat, did you get a 16th rest? Now we need to add a full beat rest for beat 2 in the first bar. And so what kind of rest do we use for a complete beat in 6/8 time? Right, a dotted quarter.